What is one of the very best techniques for fishing standing timber this time of the year? Good morning, guys and girls. August 17. August 17. Oh, I'll tell you, we're just rocking right on through this year. You know, I've often said that life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. I promise you, it seems like it's just flying right now. And I know I got about another 20 years to the end. August 17, we're going to be looking at 1 Peter 5:10. 1 Peter 5:10. He will make you strong and support you and keep you from falling. My goodness, that's a great one. He'll make you strong and support you and keep you from falling. You know, that's I mean, as people get older, one of the problems that they have is balance. You know, I used to be able to walk around on the side of a Ranger boat out there fishing tournaments, and I wouldn't even walk in the floor to go from the front to the back. A lot of times I'd jump up, walk down the side. And my balance was so good, and I was so agile and you know, could move around. And as you get older, you know, you're a lot more careful because your balance is just not quite as good. So falling, it's a big deal. Falling is a big deal. As you get older, falling is big. Doesn't matter much when you're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. You fall, you just jump right up and go again. When you're 70 or 80 or 90 years old and you fall, it can be very, very serious. But 1 Peter 5:10 says, He will make you strong and support you and keep you from falling. One of the best techniques for fishing standing timber, there it is pitching a worm or a tube right at that tree and letting it fall. The trick is to use slack line. Move your rod tip toward the tree to keep your line slack. If the water's too deep, peel off line, and let your bait go down right beside that tree. You're not wanting to go hit the water and fall away from the tree. You want your bait, your plastic worm, or your tube to fall right straight down by that tree, because this fish is going to be suspended somewhere in that tree. You might not be able to see that fish even on your electronics if he's real in there, real tight to it. If he's separated, you're probably going to be able to see him, and you'll know how deep he is. But you want it to fall right down beside that tree. Do you know people that, I don't know, I'll just skip the line here too. All right. The trick is to keep your bait right on that timber. Having a hard time this morning, aren't I? Okay, here's the deal. Here's the line I skipped. This is a pretty important line. By giving us free will, God gives us a lot of slack in making choices, good or bad. That's not too good. God might not ought to give some of us quite that much slack. Do you know people who never seem to fall or make a bad choice, no matter what? They always seem strong and positive, no matter how dark the situation. Their secret is living near to God. The closer you are to God, the stronger you are. The closer you are to God, the more positive you are. The closer you are to God, He will shed light on those dark situations. Sure, there are times when there seems to be no hope. God then becomes our hope. When we run out of strength, God is our strength. And when we have questions, that's right, God has the answers. He is our support, and He will keep us from falling. That's a great scripture right there, great devotional. God is our strength. He has the answers. He's our support, and He will keep us from falling. Here's our tip for this week. Search out stumps on the edges of drains to find really big bass. Search out stumps on the edges of drains. This time of the year, a lot of our lakes get as low as they're going to be all year long. I mean, this is a drought situation going on here in Oklahoma right now. I don't know that we've had hardly a drop of rain here in the month of August, and we're halfway through it, over halfway through it. And we're beginning to show us maps on the weather, drought conditions, where it is. And right where we are, we're in a drought condition. The lakes get the lowest they get all time of the year, usually in the month of August. Our lake out here in front of the house runs water all year long until about this time of the year, and then it stops running through. That's how dry it gets. And start back maybe about the end of September, 1st of October, so when the rains start back. But when it's dry and the lakes get down, you search out drains, usually these big flats, and they might have a little creek or something meandering to them. Search out big stumps that are right on the edges of those creeks. There'll be some of the biggest trees in that whole area will grow right there, and they've cut those trees down usually when they built the lake, and you have big giant stumps that are right on the edges of those drains. And those big fish will pull up there even when the water temperature is above 90 degrees, like it is now in most places in the South. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I love you.